Hey, my name is Chenny from Goldfinger Holdings. I am the product manager of TestRay app inside Jira. Welcome to today's micro webinar. Today, I'm going to talk about how to execute test from test case itself and how to execute test case from test cycle, and also how to capture defects from test execution level and test step level. Now let me switch to my demo instance and refresh to launch my test case from TestRay test menu and TestRay page. You see here, I have different repositories to store my test cases. Now let me open Gmail test case repository. I have a total of 3 test cases there. Launch one of the test case, and then we can start our test case execution directly from the test case itself. So you see here, we have second tab from test details panel, ad hoc test run. It helps user to execute test directly from test case itself. You need to click on this create button to create a test run. Once the create button is clicked, you see the execution window will pop up. Now you can finish your execution. For example, it is passed. For all the steps, you see I have updated result. And you also can give some additional information like defect, attachment, or comments. Let's say it is passed for today's testing. And then save it and then update. You see one test execution has been updated here from test case itself. So it is quite helpful, especially when you want to do a quick testing from a single test case. So traditionally, if you want to execute a couple of test cases, you need to execute them from test plan cycle, right? So let me show the process to execute test case from test plan and cycle. First of all, I need to create a test plan and then give like regression testing for Gmail app and then create. Now let me open my test plan and add a cycle. Let's say Gmail regression cycle. Give a name like Windows 1.0 and then add. Now the cycle has been added. Let me add it and put my test cases inside for execution. So I need to select some test cases from my test case repository. Click on these select test cases, and then you see here, I want to execute all my Gmail related test cases, and then OK. The test cases will be added in the cycle. Now let me start. Start means the corresponding test executions will be created from those selected test cases. Now I have total of 3 test runs, means there are a total of 3 test executions created from those test cases. So you can now execute from here. Click on this execute button, then the test run window will pop up. So from here, you can update your result. For example, the first test execution is passed. I can just give result like this way and then go to next one. So for this one, I want to mark it as failed. And usually if execution is failed, user need to report a defect, right? So here you see the defects section. You can click on this add new defects icon, and let's say Gmail login fail defect. This is for demo purpose, so I just give a summary like this way and then create. Once the creation is done, you see the defect is linked to this test run automatically. So at the same time, you can also upload some screenshot as evidence like this way. The attachment will be added And definitely you can add some comments like failed, a defect is reported, something like that. So now the second test run has been updated. It is found and there's a defect reported. Let me update. You see here, the result has been updated here. Defect has been reported. Now let me execute the third test run. This time, I want to execute them step by step. Let's say I passed all the steps and then I notice that the fifth step is failed due to some reason. There is a bug. Maybe I can just make a note, a bug in login page, something like that, and then save it. You see the actual result is like this way. So sometimes we need to create a defect from step level instead of execution level, right? So here, go to action button, and then you have add defect option. So let's say defect 2 in login page, create. Once the creation is done, you see the defect will be linked to this step automatically. Same thing if you have some evidence or you want to add some screenshot, you can use step attachment there and then select the file and then update. You see there are a total of 2 test executions failed and there are defects reported on them. And there are some comments added during my testing. So this is how you actually execute your test runs and also report defects from test execution level or test step level. So in the cycle here, we also have a summary report. For example, you have 100 of test executions inside this test cycle, and you may have like 20 defects. You can use this total defects link to view all defects reported from this round of testing. Yeah, it's pretty much for today's webinar. If you have any question or you are interested in our product, feel free to reach out to us at sales@gofingerholdings.com.